Alright folks, listen up. We've got a truly terrifying situation brewing on the football landscape. And it's one that absolutely nobody seems to be talking about. Are you ready for this? France. Yes, France. Just because they're one of the favourites, they aren't being talked about enough for the Euros. We're talking about a talent pool so extraordinarily deep and star-studded, it would make the entire ocean blush. This isn't just any old collection of players. No. This is an embarrassment of riches, an assemblage of world-class ballers that would leave even the most jaded football fanatic drooling like a nervous puppy dog. From bona fide generational talents like Kylian Mbappé and Eduardo Camavinga, to grizzled veterans like Antoine Griezmann and Olivier Giroud, to this seemingly endless supply of young phenomenons like Zaire-Emery and Khephren Thuram, France's squad is downright scary good. Like the kind of good that should have all their opponents trembling in their boots already. Now, I know what you're thinking, but France just came off a bitterly disappointing loss in the 2022 World Cup final against Argentina's Lionel Messi and co. Surely they'll be reeling from that emotional setback, right? Wrong. While it's true that Mbappé's hat-trick heroics ultimately weren't enough to overcome Messi's magical fairy dust in that epic Qatar finale, the fact is, France have historically bounced back from World Cup disappointment with a vengeance at the very next European Championship. Just look at their run to the Euro 2016 final on home soil after crashing out of World Cup 2014. These players feed off the anger and motivation from those World Cup letdowns. Mbappé seems extra motivated too from his recent interviews, where he stated that he had already won the World Cup and the UEFA Nations League, and the only thing remaining from his already stacked medal haul was a European Championship. With Kylian's fierce competitive drive leading the charge, along with old warriors like Griezmann and Giroud seeking probably their last shot at glory, you just know France will be a team possessed at these Euros, hell-bent on reminding the world they are Europe's preeminent powerhouse. But enough preamble, let's dive into this stacked French roster and analyse just why it should have the rest of the continent trembling in fear and trepidation. And where better to start than with the devastating attacking firepower. We're talking about a front line led by Kylian Mbappé, of course, the 25-year-old heir apparent to Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo's throne as the best player on the planet. The man is already a World Cup winner, a multi-time league champion, and has scored over 200 career goals before even hitting his prime years. He's a human heat-seeking missile. If Mbappé alone doesn't scare you, then well, how about when you add in the chronically underrated Griezmann, fresh off another productive season with Atletico Madrid? Or the sweet-striking Randal Kolo Muani, the breakout star for France in the last couple of years. Then you've got the old men still getting it done too. Giroud remains the quintessential fox-in-the-box poaching extraordinaire, even at 37 years old, while the young gun Bradley Barcola offers dynamism and pure pace. The point is, France's attacking depth and quality in the final third is just utterly bonkers. Between the young jet fighters and grizzled sharpshooters in their ranks, there's absolutely no respite or rest for the opposing defences. Goals will rain down from all directions like howitzer fire. Okay, hotshot, I can hear the skeptics saying already, we get it, France's attack is seriously scary. But what about the other areas of the pitch? You can't win tournaments on just forwards alone. Well then, you clearly haven't taken a good hard look at France's incredible midfield composition, have you? Because let me tell you, it's an absolute Rolls Royce of a midfield. A rampaging juggernaut of power and technique that would make even the most vaunted midfields in world football go running for the hills. In the middle of the park, France's engine room is powered by a pair of absolute colossals, Aurélien Tchouameni and the recently recalled N'Golo Kante. Tchouameni is the young bull, blessed with a potent combination of power, dynamism and outstanding passing range that makes him unplayable on his day, while the reborn Kante is like the snapping Rottweiler, a combative bulldog in the tackle who sets the tone. Good luck maintaining possession around those two. Then you have the glamour boys like the extraordinarily gifted Eduardo Camavinga taking care of the craft and guile. You've got the maturing Zaire-Emery fresh off a breakout season with PSG, offering a bit of flair and guile alongside tactical adaptability. Everywhere you look in the French spine, it is absolutely stacked to the gills. Also, if given a chance, do not sleep on Youssouf Fofana. an absolute tank of a midfielder. So while the headlines will be grabbed by France's magnificent firepower, make no mistake, it is this terrifyingly talented and complete midfield that provides the true engine and platform to build sustained dominance from. No side in Europe can match their quality across the middle third. Last but certainly not least, let's give a shout out to the defensive titans expecting to marshal France's rearguard to Euro 2024 glory with their impenetrable fortifications and game-reading intelligence. We're talking about the likes of the rock-solid pairing of Dayot Upamecano and Ibrahima Konate in the heart of defence. Two young colossi rising into their primes, whose perfect blend of size, speed and technique make them absolute nightmares for opposition attackers. With Saliba, who has had an incredible couple of years at Arsenal as a backup, you know France are definitely stacked. Then you've got the classic fullback pairing of Pavard and Theo Hernandez. Although at some point we would like to see Jonathan Klaus be given a run because that dude can whip some devilish balls in. Completing the defensive roster is the ever-reliable Jules Koundé and the maverick Ferland Mendy. Put it all together, and France has absolutely every defensive box conceivable ticked. A rare combination of athleticism, steel, speed, and football IQ, capable of shackling even the most prolific attacks on the planet. Trying to break down these French defensive pillars will feel like smashing your head against reinforced concrete all day. So, between the high-octane firepower up front, the destructive engine room in midfield, and the impenetrable barrier at the back, it's no wonder France's 2024 Euro squad is sending shivers down spines across Europe already. They really do look that complete and terrifying. Except, wait a minute, we can't forget one vital final ingredient in France's recipe for Euro 2024 domination, can we? The man tasked with moulding all these Gallic superstars into a cohesive, well-drilled unit capable of marching to glory. Step forward, Didier Deschamps, France's very own wildcard mastermind. If anyone knows what it takes to get this gilded roster of talent firing on all cylinders, it's good old Dids. After all, this no-nonsense tactician has been here and conquered it all before as both player and manager. We're talking about a man who famously captained France to their first ever World Cup title way back in 1998 on home soil, setting the blueprint for commanding respect and moulding a disparate group into a unified force. Who better to replicate those calm but firm leadership traits with the current golden crop? Then, in 2018, Deschamps pulled it off again as a manager, guiding another deliriously gifted French side containing the likes of Mbappé, Pogba and Griezmann to global glory in Russia despite all the egos, hype and outside noise. Talk about an unflappable ability to keep feet on the ground. And let's not forget, Deschamps was also the mastermind behind France's run to the Euro 2016 final on home soil, where they agonizingly fell at the last hurdle to Portugal after squandering a lead late on. A harsh lesson that no doubt still stings deep in the minds of Deschamps and his players to this day. You just know a wily fox like Deschamps has been stewing over that disappointment for years, meticulously plotting and scheming the ways to ensuring his supremely gifted side doesn't falter again at the latest European Championship. The fire of avenging that agonizing near miss still rages within him, which is exactly why Deschamps represents such a crucial final puzzle piece for this France squad as they prepare to run the gauntlet in Germany this summer. With his canny man management, tournament experience and underrated tactical acumen, the wildcard manager provides the steadying hand on the tiller to complement all that outrageous individual talent. Deschamps knows precisely how to tailor his tactical system to get the most out of game breakers like Mbappé, Griezmann and Kolo Muani. But he's also wise enough to realise that pure talent alone is never enough to win major tournaments. You need foundations of discipline, dedication and unshakable team spirit too, qualities he has in spades. Simply put, with Deschamps calling the shots from the dugout, France's ludicrously stacked Euro 2024 squad has all the ingredients required for sustained success this summer. The talent, the motivation, the leadership, it's all there. Now it's just a matter of putting it all together on the biggest stage. Whether it's Mbappé toying with panicked defenders with his electrifying dribbling, or Tchouaméni bludgeoning the life out of the opposition midfield with his irresistible combination of power and technique, or Ibo Konate and Upamecano calmly snuffing out any faint attacking threat with their imperious defending, there will simply be no containing the French onslaught when it hits its terrifying, irresistible peak.